You're listening to Navid Moosa of the Mindset Movement. Good day, good people. My name is Navid Moosa. I'm your host today and always for the Mindset Movement. First-time listeners, thanks for giving us a shot. We know there's a lot of information out there, yet you choose to stop here. We appreciate that. Long-time listeners, thanks for being loyal. We appreciate and love you guys just as much. Look, man, we get into it each and every week. No different this week. So I'm going to talk about the word respect and or the meaning or the misconception behind it. What I'm seeing a lot of is due to, I don't want to blame social media, but what I do want to say is that just due to the exposure that social media gives people and the power for a lot of people, unfortunately, to hide behind the keyboard and their cell phone texting instrument, is that a lot of people think just because somebody doesn't like you or like your product means they're disrespecting you. That's not the case. Just because someone doesn't like what you have to offer doesn't have to say it doesn't mean they're being disrespectful. You guys, in my opinion, have to learn to separate the two. I know a lot of people personally, and myself included, I have to deal with people who I don't really like very much, but I respect their business practices, and I have to deal with them because of the type of business that I do in real estate and all the different things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if I don't have options, obviously I'd rather work with someone who I like and respect at the same time. But sometimes some of the circles that I associate myself with, either by proxy or by just whatever you want to call it, it contains people who I don't really care for too much, but their business practices are pretty solid for the most part. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand. It's like, well, how can you deal with someone who you don't like? Think about it. It's almost like a family member, right? You have family members who you deal with. And sometimes you just dislike them, but they're family. So you have to deal with them because they're family. Well, some of the businesses can be like that. I'm not saying it has to be. I'm not saying what I'm doing is the right thing. I'm just saying this exists. All right. So let me just put that out there because I'm sure there's people listening to this saying, well, no, you're just stupid for dealing with that. Why you put yourself in that situation? I'm not talking about that, right? I'm just trying to give the 40,000 foot view of, for the most part, what a lot of people go through. And you have like a family member who you deal with because they're family. So you deal with them. You don't like them, but you deal with them because they're family. That's like kind of what business becomes at certain times. You will come across, you'll do a deal, you'll do something, you'll offer a service, and everything is fine at first, but then things happen that you disagree with. At the end of the day, the deal was done, whatever the service you're providing was still performed, and you were still compensated for it. But for one reason or another, you and the other party just don't get along. You just don't vibe. You just don't gel. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't mean what they do is wrong or right or vice versa. It just means that in that personal space, you guys don't gel well. But in the business space, you guys do. And as long as you can maintain that respect for each other, business can still flow. I tell people, there's family members who I would trust with my life, but I can't trust them with my business. I mean, think about it. I will break bread with some of these people, but I'm not going to go ahead and break the bank for these people because I have built this business to a certain standard that I want, and I'm still building it. It's not going to stop. Where with like a family member, everyone kind of built that family together. It's not just you. So, and I want you guys to really think about that. Is sometimes very, very quick, people are to say, oh, so-and-so posted this, so-and-so posted that, so-and-so said this. I see they made a comment, and right off the bat, because they disagreed with you or they don't like for whatever it is you're saying or posting or offering, that you feel is disrespectful. That's not the case. It really truly isn't. It just means they have their stance and they're sticking to it in this. And if they explain their stance, it's up to them. Obviously, yes, people can be disrespectful on how they want to convey their thoughts. They want to say something and they may say it in a disrespectful manner. That's unacceptable. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people who are respectful and they are giving you their honest opinion. And if they just don't like what you're offering, they will tell you that. And if they're professional about it, they will tell you why and hopefully give you some critical feedback so you can improve if you deem it necessary. And the reason I'm talking about, respect and liking is that with social media, there's a lot more exposure for you to expose your product out there to millions of people a lot faster than before. Because you're new to the business and you get quick exposure, that the maturity level isn't there. So at certain times, to understand when these people are giving you some of these feedbacks. And then the minute we don't like them, they're like, oh, they're being disrespectful by saying this. No, they're not. Think about it. Think about what they're telling you and think about how they're saying it. I definitely rather someone tell me the truth than someone lie behind my back, right? So think about it. It's like if I'm your boy and you open up a restaurant and you invite me over and you say, hey, how's this menu taste? And you bring me a couple of dishes and they all taste like ass, but I tell you they taste really good. What kind of friend am I? That's disrespecting you right there. I'm lying to you. I'm nice about it, saying, "Oh, it's so good," but I'm lying to you. I'm disrespecting you, right? If you think about it. Now, if you come to me with the food and I say, "Hey, this is pretty bad, man. It don't taste good at all. This one needs this one needs that, in my opinion, or whatever." He may not like what I had to say. He or she may not like what I had to say, but at least I was honest to them in their face instead of saying, "Oh, this is dope." And then I go back and tell my friends, "Don't go eat at this restaurant. That shit tastes like ass." You have to accept honesty, whether it favors you or not. You have to be open about that critical feedback. So, just think about it before you quick to write and say someone's being disrespectful to you or has disrespected you. Think about it. Are they really being disrespectful, or are they being honest and you just don't like their honesty? Because there is a difference on that. That's what I got for you guys this week. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you liked it. If you did, please like it and share it. If you did not, let me know why and give us another chance next week. All right, take care, be good, be safe, and as each and every week, do right by the client and everything else will fall into place. That's it. Take care of the client, be honest and respectful to your client, and everything else will fall into place.